Welcome to our Monday. It was a lovely week last week. I hope you had a delightful week yourselves. And hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. It was a very strange Thanksgiving this year, but it was nice. I mean, we did some Zoom calls. I hope you did too, with some family and friends. And it was, sorry about that. It was great. Time to get back to it. And this week we are going to be looking at Bishalach. But I actually today wanted to touch upon something from last week's Torah portion, just because I find it so intriguing and really perfect for our mindfulness practice. Last week, I don't know if you remember, 2 weeks ago was the whole thing with Jacob and Esau, and at the end Esau's like, I'm going to kill you, and Jacob had to leave, and Jacob leaves, he sleeps, he wakes up. He had that dream, you know, the dream of Jacob's ladder. And at the end, he has the dream. God promises him a whole bunch of promises, right? You're going to be an amazing... Your family is going to be like the sands of the sea and the stars of the sky. The same promises that he made to Abraham and Isaac. And when he wakes up from his dream, he says, "God was in this place, but I didn't know. Anochi lo yadati." And there are many questions about this. Why does he say I twice? I didn't know it. Why does he have to say that twice? And there's lots of commentaries on the idea of the I, and if you take your I out of it, then you can possibly understand. But if your I is too much involved in things, meaning not this I, but the letter I and the meaning of the letter I, then you can't possibly grow. So you have to kind of take your ego out of everything if you want to improve as a human being. So those are some of the teachings that go in it. But I wanted to seize on the idea that we walk around this world on autopilot sometimes, and we don't pay attention. And if there's a moment that's an incredible moment in our lives, sometimes we miss it. And Jacob could have missed it if he didn't wake up and say, wow, you know, if he hadn't had that dream, would he have known that God was in that place? But when he wakes up and he's like, God was here, I didn't even know it. It does recall all of the things that happened to us. And we don't know that it was a moment that we should have paid attention to. Part of the antidote to that is to pay attention all the time. That's what our mindfulness work is about. It's so hard to do that. It's so difficult sometimes to look outside of yourself, to look, 30,000 feet at your own life, because we're so involved in it. We're so emotionally attached to the things that happen to us and what we're doing, that sometimes it's really, really difficult to step away from it and to observe yourself. Dare I say, to notice what you're doing and what you're thinking about and what you're saying and where you're going and what's around you and what's happening. And we really do, a lot of the time, go through our lives on autopilot, and we're not really thinking about what's happening. Last year when I was teaching mindfulness to the congregation, I told the story of this one time when I ordered my coffee on my phone. Get in my car, start driving to work, start thinking about everything. I've done this drive to work, I don't know, dare I say, thousands of times. And I'm driving, I get to the garage, I go to put the number in to open the garage, and I realize I ordered the coffee. I drove right by Starbucks, and I didn't get it. I forgot all about the fact that I had ordered this coffee because I'm on autopilot. Because I get in my car and it says, go to the temple. I get in my car and I just start thinking about all the things I have to do instead of, oh, now I'm driving to work. I have to stop and get my coffee. And then I'm going to drive after that to work. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just driving. I'm going there. I can deal with what's happening to me when I get there. I don't have to be obsessing about it before that moment arrives. And there are so many times where we don't think about what we're doing that very easily we could leave it and say, oh, that was a really important moment and I didn't realize it at the time. Part of our mindfulness work is actually realizing what we're doing, actually realizing how we're feeling about what we're doing. And it is the most valuable lesson, in my mind, from our mindful exercises, is it helps us to notice what's happening now, right? I know I'm sitting in this chair, speaking into this little aperture, that little lens. And, it's funny. It's like there's 3 lenses on this. How do I know which one to look at? I actually do know which one to look at, because I didn't just take for granted the fact that I have to use this phone to do this. I said, wow, if I'm not looking in the right one, then people won't recognize that I'm looking at them. It's just the little details. What am I doing? What do I have to do to accomplish what I'm doing? And what is it for? And if we can just ask ourselves, what am I doing right now? Why am I doing it? There could be things we do that we're like, I don't know why I'm doing this right now. Or it could be, this is really important, I have to take notice of it. Or it could be, there's something happening to me, upon me in this particular situation. And to notice it, think about it, incorporate it into your life. You don't need to necessarily change it at that moment. But noticing what's happening is the first step towards change, if you even want to. So I just wanted that to be one lesson that we did during our mindfulness meditations. Even though it's from last week's Torah portion, we didn't have a chance to look through it together. But this idea that we're on autopilot, the idea that sometimes we're not really paying attention to what's happening in our lives, it's very important for us to pause, like we're doing today, like we're doing with each other, and to allow myself to regroup and approach every moment like it's important, like it's a moment that deserves my notice, deserves to be thought about. Now, it doesn't mean we have to change something. It doesn't mean that every one of our moments is a negative moment. There's so many incredibly positive moments that happen to us as well. But let's be aware of them. Let's keep our awareness. Let's keep our mind full of actually what's happening to us, instead of my mind is over there thinking about what I'm going to do next. My mind is over there thinking about what I did yesterday. Thank God I have a horrible memory right now, because sometimes I can't even think about what I did yesterday. But a lot of the times, what I'm about to do gets into my thoughts. What I did yesterday, this morning, this afternoon, gets into my thoughts. And it keeps me from thinking about this moment and this very time in my life and how unique this moment is for us. Each of us separately has this moment, and we need to exist in it. It could be that you're really psyched that we're doing this again. It could be that you're dreading having to do this again. There could be lots of things that we're going through. So it's important for us to consider what we are going through and what's happening in our lives, so that we're not just on autopilot and saying, oh, this is when I get in my car and this is what I do. This is what I get in my car, and wow, look at that tree over there. Look at that person walking their dog. As a final comment, and then we'll get to our meditation. Last night, Sela's practicing her driving, and she has to drive with a parent for a while. And we're driving along, and I'm asking her, did you notice that there was a person on the sidewalk over there? Did you notice that dog that's over there? Did you notice that person getting in their car? Did you, when you're driving, you actually do have to notice what's happening to you all around. And I dare say, most of the time when I'm driving, I'm not sure if I'm paying attention in the same way that I am when she's driving, so that I can point out to her that your mind needs to be in the now, driving, in order to do it. So, God is in this place, and we do know it. And it can come from getting in touch with ourselves, aligning our breath, figuring this moment as a special moment, and let's take this in, and let's just breathe for now. Let's allow things to be as they are for now. And then after we're done, you may decide you want to change something. But let's get into a comfortable position. Very excited to do this with you today. And we'll start with one bell and we'll end with two. Since it's Monday, at the end, we'll ask for feelings of health and safety. Here we go. Remember, we're just breathing normally. We're not trying to push our breath, trying to breathe naturally. Just try to feel how your breath comes in and out. How does it affect you? Do you have any pains today? How's your body feel? Any sensations that you need to pay attention to? As your mind wanders, just bring yourself back. Bring yourself back to your breath in love and kindness. As you go through each breath, you can also use the breath to relax your body a little bit. Notice if there's any tension or stress. As we approach our last 5 minutes together, I invite you to ask for two feelings. The feeling of health and the feeling of safety. Especially now, it's so important for us to be safe and have health. But to feel those things is another question. So we say, may I feel health? May I feel healthy? May I feel safe? May I feel safe and healthy? May I feel safe? May I feel healthy? May I feel healthy and safe? And with each breath, if you need one more than the other, you can continue to say one over the other. May I feel safe. May I feel healthy. May I feel healthy and safe. You can stay with that. Keep asking yourself those questions. May I feel healthy? May I feel safe? May I feel safe? If you'd like to invite someone in your mind's eye and offer them these feelings, please do so. May you feel safe. May you feel healthy. Or you can, if you need it yourself this afternoon, may I feel safe. May I feel healthy. May I feel healthy and safe. Stay with that for several breaths. If you invited someone, perhaps we can go back to yourself. May I feel healthy? May I feel safe? May I feel healthy and safe? And if you'd like to just end clearing your head, to just concentrate on our breath, the sensations we feel. The breath keeping us alive. Nice to be back. So glad you joined me this evening. I hope you found some stillness and peace. And may you feel safe. May you feel healthy. May you have a wonderful evening. Take care.